This one might be a little... Sorry. This one might be a little bit slower because I'm going to be walking through a lot of basic stuff and showing newer players how to get started in the game. It won't be as fast-paced as, say, me falling off a cliff and almost killing myself, though that was fun too. Ooh, 5 people already. I'm surprised. Thanks for joining, everybody. Oh, you never know. You might actually learn something. I pretty much learn something every time I play. How big of an idiot I can actually be when I pull stuff out from underneath when I'm standing on a cliff. Did I mention I fell off a cliff? Yeah, I needed a parachute. Seriously needed a parachute for that moment. Hey, Austin, how you doing? The Wilson stuff's okay. I think ice is too weak. I'm going to try lightning, and hopefully they did fix all the issues on that. So we'll have to wait and see. They really need to get the next act or a completed first act actually done. That's the kind of move they need to make, in my opinion. Humble though it is. Nope, never met Cole Games, never even talked to him via anything other than instant messenger and on the forums. He's Canadian, I'm American, and I'm a house body, so I ain't traveling. Because he asked me to, and I like helping out, so I was like, sure, why not? I'm a nice guy, what can I say? And I don't even get paid to do it. I think we'll go ahead and kick this off just a little bit early. In a world searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical. Welcome back, guys and gals, Critical here. Today I'm going to bring you something different. I'm actually going to play on easy, and I'm going to try to do a how to get started in a subsistence guide. All right, there's a lot of people who are like, oh my god, I just picked this thing up and I keep getting killed every, the first 2 seconds of the game, and I rage quit after 5 kills, or whatever the issue happens to be. There's a couple things. The reason I'm going to start on easy. First, it's easier. Second, if you do die, you can, I forget which command it is. I've only tested it once, but you can reload your last save. It gives you that option, or you can hit escape and load like we would do on a normal playthrough, where you have to run back for your box. If you reload, you'll lose that piece of time between the last save and when you actually died. So anything you looted, it won't be there, but at least you're not dead and you haven't lost anything. And the animals are a little bit more forgiving on their radius of damage. So like I said, you want to start a solo game. Don't play co-op, especially if you're starting out on your own and you're playing solo. You can play co-op solo, but I wouldn't do it. Not if you don't know what you're doing. Click on easy, and I'm going to leave the hunters enabled. But, thank you, Captain. But if you do want to have the hunters on, start without them, and then once you're ready, go ahead and put the hunters on. But be warned, if you start the game and you get, say, 50 days into the game, like, okay, I'm ready, I'm going to turn on the hunters. When you turn the hunters on, they'll come in accelerated, meaning they'll come in harder and faster than if you had a BCU down and you put your BCU down and they spawn like they're normally supposed to. That's something that Cold Games just let slip. Today I was reading the forums. And Captain, I know you know what you're doing, but having other people here that can go, critical, you're wrong, or you missed this, it'll help the guide, because I don't know everything. Even though I act like I know everything when I play the game, trust me, I don't know anything. Especially when I pull stuff out from underneath my feet and try to kill myself in hardcore. So, when you spawn in, all right, nowadays, you're actually given a set of matches, which is pretty nice. I always put my bandages in this spot and my health kits here. Health kit's going to be a while. It's going to take us a bit to get there. And I'll put my ammo over there. And I don't carry my light stick on my bar unless I absolutely need it. Oh, trust me, I'll get the bow. That's one of my first things. You start out with an axe and a 9mm. First thing I'm going to do is make sure that I reload my 9mm. Always something you want to do. Yes, it probably could happen. You get some food, you get some water. Don't drink the dirty water. This first canteen and that first 9mm, I believe, unless you actually upgrade that 9mm, when you die, you lose that 9mm. And you'll be losing that first canteen. So I would suggest the first things you want to make: a bow, a canteen, a fishing rod, and then a 9mm. Basically in that order. That's what we're going for. And like in any survival situation, you want to get food, water, shelter, and fire. Some of the biggest things you want to worry about. Now, one of the most tedious things that I abhor, but I will do, is getting wood. You want to make sure that when you are getting wood, you're not letting some kind of animal sneak up behind you, because they love doing that. Each of those smaller trees will give you 4 logs. Now, as it stands right now, you'll get 1 log per, 1 stick per log. Hopefully, Cold Games upgrades that a little bit. Yes, I'm chopping my own wood. I don't have rogue hunters to farm wood for me. Pickish Prince. Just for that, Pickish Prince, and you showed up. There you go. Well, nice little screen shake. Okay, level 1 wolf. All right. I know what to do, but I'm going to leave the wolf alone. Now, you'll notice I keep starting to run. When I play this game, I always play this game running. I never walk anywhere. But as a new person to the game, walk where you're going. 2 things about walking. You're going to see less equipment and gear on the ground, because you're not covering more of the map to where stuff is spawning. So it takes you a lot longer to pick up the loot boxes, loot containers, and save your running for when you're trying to get away from an animal. Oh God, I'm glad I didn't die in hardcore either. Welcome, Twinkle. That definitely scared me. My heart went right up into my throat. I swear to God. I was like, it's over. It is over. Now, another good reason for walking is you have a little bit more time to deal with the enemies, the animals, the bears that are in the world. And starting off, stay away from them. They're not worth your time. Okay, you're going to waste ammo. I would say eat tree grubs, eat kelp, try to get rabbits and chickens. That's what you should be doing. Only go after the animals if they're attacking you first. Hey, Sir Fry, how you doing? Ooh, cordage. That's actually good. Oh, I should have wanted to say something about that. Let me find the next piece of fiber. Fiber and blueberries. Anytime you see a plant you can pick, right out there in the distance. Hold on a second. That right there is either fiber or blueberries. It's hard to tell from this distance, but you have to learn medical plants. You have to learn to identify that on the, and there's another one right there. You have to identify that. You're going to need a lot of fiber. Plus, blueberries. Ooh. Now, I have a choice. I can go for that piece of fiber right there and this one, or step back. And since I am playing like I'm a newbie, I'm going to get away from the wolf. That's why I did it that way. It wasn't clickbait. The my thumbnail said subsistence base jumping. I did base jump. I just didn't have a parachute. But yeah, I wanted the intro to be to give you that scare, and then I had that silence where the screen went black. That was funny. Now the chicken's gonna run from me. I'll catch a chicken later. I don't need to catch a chicken right now. Now these big trees, they'll give you 6 logs, and if you completely harvest the tree, you'll also get a tree grub. Now, you can eat a tree grub if you want. It doesn't give you much. See, it's only going to give you 4 protein, no fruits and vegetables, just 2 high hunger, and it'll take 1 hydration away. It's really not worth it. Save those for fishing, because you need to fish to get fish oil so you can make medical tonics so that you can make health kits. That's probably your #1 goal once you get past the basics. Ooh, blueberries. That's food. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and eat the blueberry. I'm going to save that apple until I really need it. But any blueberry I get, I'm probably going to eat it. Rock bouncing 101. Hi, Tiny. How you doing? Hey, I got lucky. As soon as I started falling, I immediately tried to walk into the rock. I think that's the only reason I survived. Is because I pushed the W key and tried to walk into that rock as I was falling. If it wasn't for that, I think, yeah, that would have been the end of the season. Oh, yes, nails. And yes, I get excited for nails, especially right now. You want nails. Now, when you're trying to set up a base of operations, or you're like trying to buy a house or anything like that, location, location, location. In Subsistence, it's just as important. You need to find a good location that doesn't have too many animals, but gives you a chance to loot. And I have to run. I can't help it. I have to. Too much good stuff here. We're actually going to set up on the beach over here. Okay? The beach is a good spawn area. Stuff spawns here, and it's a lot easier to see. I mean, look how easy it was to spot all that fiber. And I can see any fiber on that beach over there and over to this side over here. Now, there is a bear and wolf spawn right over there. And you can see we already have a wolf across the way from us. So that's something to take into consideration. Yes. I like, the rogue hunters are fun. And they do usually provide me with the stuff that I need to keep myself going. Ooh, blueberry, eat it. Now I'm going to keep doing that because it's giving me energy so I can keep running. All right. Do I have enough fiber? How much cordage do I actually need to make my bow? I need 6. Sweetness. And let's make some extra arrows. I need a chicken to get... Well, That's okay. The bow we just made, it's going to help. Favorite things. Oh, Pickish Prince. Now, as you'll see, I'm constantly looking around me, even behind me. 2 reasons. 1, something can spawn in that I want to loot. And 2, to make sure that I'm not going to get eaten by some animal that I didn't have an eye on. Also, I would play Subsistence with headphones on if it was me. Okay? That way you can hear the animals, because you get the first growl, they've kind of noticed you. Duck down, move back. The second growl, they're walking towards you. Once you hear a bark from a wolf or a roar from a bear, he's on you. This is kind of stupid, but I wanted that fiber, so. So that's how close I can get in easy to a wolf and not get aggroed. And I think I'm going to put my base, when I start building, right up here. It's not that animals can't spawn in this area, but I do have a rock if I need it. But the animals will climb up rocks, so be careful. It's no guarantee building on a rock will protect you from animal. I'll make a campfire in my inventory. First, I'm going to make the bow. I want to get that made first. Then I'll concentrate on getting a campfire in my inventory. So then when I do get some food, I can cook it. But I'm going to try to hold off on getting the campfire put down until I can have enough planks to put at least a foundation down. Which means, yes, boys and girls, I have to get wood. Now, there's a wolf over there. Yep, level 1 wolf. I'm going to duck down and see if he'll turn around and go back. That was the guy that was on the beach with me, too. So let me go get that box that was on the beach and that fiber. Oh, no, there's a second wolf. But yeah, I usually make a campfire, put it in my inventory, and then I will make a foundation and try to keep everything in my inventory until I'm ready to put down that foundation. And I usually try to do that just as the sun is setting. Try to loot as much as I possibly can. Now, I know what I'm doing, so that's why I'm running. I know how much energy I'm expanding and wasting right now, but I need to get, you know, it's like innate. I have to keep moving. I need fiber. Fiber makes cordage. I also like this area because there's a lot of trees, not too far away from the water, and having a good water source and having a way to get fish. And I'm going to be putting my foundation just on the edge of the water so I can fish from the foundation. Now, there's a good reason for that. Wolves, when they aggro on you, will run away if you're on a foundation. Bears and cougars will not. They will keep coming at you and they'll attack. But they usually, if you stay on the foundation and don't attack them, they'll hit the foundation once or twice and then run off. So they'll cause some damage, but they'll leave you alone. And if I'm fishing at night, the last thing I want to do is have a bear come up my butt, sniff me, and go, "Oh, you're dinner." No. That's not a good thing. Because if you run into the water, you're probably dead. Yeah, I do find lock crates over here. But I'm not even worried about that, because we're not putting a BCU down until definitely tomorrow, in-game at least. Up to 5, let's make... Now you'll see, I'm going to hold some wood back in case I need it, but I'm going to keep making wood planks as much as possible. Now my bow is always my first weapon, my pistol is my second, and then a shotgun, and we just go on from there. And then that's kind of down the road for a bit. Now when you pull your bow out, you do right mouse button, draws the arrow, the left mouse button shoots the arrow. If your arrow hits something as the game stands right now, that arrow is lost. If you miss, there's a chance you can get it back, but it can also break. So just be aware of that. I hope somebody's recording me actually getting wood, because you'll never prove that it was me. I'll claim it was somebody else getting wood on camera. Welcome everybody else that's joined the stream. If you guys have any insights into Subsistence, the early days, let me know. All information is useful and appreciated. The shotgun is really good for taking on the animals. The only problem is the cost of a shotgun shell. Dude, that's what I said when I did my very first video. I used an iPad and somebody said, dude, go download OBS and use that to record. And now I'm a YouTuber. That's actually how it started. That can be a problem. Freezing to death at night can be an issue if you go up into the mountains or if you get up, if you're high up. But if you get down near the lake, down in the valley where I am, and especially if you have a fire, you can get, you know, you don't even need a fire at night. You'll get cold, you might take a little bit of damage, but you'll probably be okay if you're as low on the ground as we are right. Ooh. Now there's a wolf. Oh, okay, now I've got a second growl. Now you'll see that the wolf is following me. I've got one wolf there, and a wolf behind me. So I'm just going to go back the way that I came. Now, I already looted this area. I got all the trees I wanted, but I really wanted to keep getting more gear. But if I didn't know that the way behind me is the best way to go, that would have gotten you killed. Okay, so situational awareness. I knew going forward wasn't good. Going to my right or continuing up the mountain would have just ran me into other animals. So just turn around and move away. And even though I just came from that way, a wolf's moved into that area. So it's really about situational awareness. Know what's around you as often as you can, because it's the stuff you don't see that's going to get you killed. Now you'll see my bars are starting to go down. I'm not too worried about them right now until I get the fork and knife that tells me that I'm hungry, or the water droplet that tells me I'm dehydrated. We'll take care of that eventually. I'm just trying to get enough stuff put together to make at least a foundation. And I need some more cordage. And I want to get a storage box put together. Oh, yeah. I've done that before. And now, remember when I mentioned don't get up on a rock and think that's going to protect you? Just watch some of my videos. You'll see that I tend to forget that advice and jump up on a rock and, oh, I'm safe. And a bear comes up and tries to bite my my leg off. Happens all the time. Okay, another level 1 wolf. I mean, these level 1 wolves aren't that bad. I know I can take them out. But I'm playing this like I'm telling you guys how to do it. Leave the wolves and the bears alone unless you absolutely have to take them on. Either for food or because they're coming after and trying to kill you. Alright, so I can get some more wood. Oh, no, that tree was already hit. That tree still I can harvest. When you have that red X, you have to come back later and then you'll be able to harvest that tree again in a little while. So now I have a foundation, I have a fire, I've got a good amount of wood so I can feed my fire. I have some biofuel, and once I have some more cordage, I'm going to make a fire starting kit. I don't like starting my fire unless I have another way to relight it. Because if you don't have fire, you can't make fresh water. If you don't have fresh water, you're going to die. If you can't cook food, you could die. Well, you're not going to get a good return. You can kill a wolf and eat the meat, but you're not going to get a good return off of it, and you're just wasting protein. And once again, constantly getting wood. All right, one more cordage. And I should be able to make a storage crate. Yes. I'll be out of wood planks, but I've got the two, what I consider the basic necessities for completing a first day in Subsistence. I have a foundation. I've got a way to make fire. I have a fire. You know, I wish I could get a fishing pole put together. That's going to be my next thing, but I need cordage again. Now, there is a pretty cool way of identifying where you can see cordage. The only problem is it's when the sun's starting to set, the shadows that it creates for putting the sun on the edge of the hill. If there's cordage on there, you can see it. It creates an extra shadow, which makes it easy to see, but it's a bad time to try to collect it. True, it can, Captain. The problem is if you're new to the game, and even I do it, you'll get nervous and you're gonna miss one of those shots, or maybe two of them, and then you're kind of in trouble. I'm gonna run back over here and see if I can see any cordage. Another thing I would always suggest doing is get on top of a rock and scan the area, see where the wildlife is. Even though if you've been over here a minute ago, the animals move around. Ooh, cordage. The animals move around, and you have to account for that. Oh, since I have a chicken right in front of me, this is a good way to catch the chickens. Jump, keep running at them, and I'm constantly hitting the action key. I have mine set to E, so I can catch a chicken. That's how easy it is to catch a chicken on the run. Now, don't kill the chicken yet. Let the chicken just die in your inventory. That gives you more time before it starts to spoil. You don't want to butcher the chicken until you're ready to cook with it within reason. There is a spoil timer. I believe it's 5 minutes until it dies, 5 minutes until a dead animal in your inventory spoils. If the animal spoils in your inventory, you'll get the chicken, or you'll get the feathers, or you'll get the cloth from a rabbit, but you won't get the meat. The meat spoils and just gets thrown away. So something to take note of. Now the sun's, I'd say what, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the afternoon in subsistence time. We need to start thinking about getting back home. Oh. Now, I know where to look for. I saw that, but if you haven't learned it, ooh, a deer. Oh. And yes, deer do spawn in from the beginning. The chances of me taking a deer out my very first time seeing one, it would make a really good food source. And basically, I started an easy playthrough just to do a beginner's guide. Just to show somebody the ropes, you know, how you can live without... scared them off already. You can live in this game without dying, but it just takes time and understanding, learning the ropes of the game. Yes, jumping does help catch the chickens. I think that's something the Coal Games needs to fix eventually. But I am completely in the one of those that believe that jumping helps you catch chickens. All right, it's getting late enough. I'm going to go ahead and put down my foundation. I want it just on the edge of both. Low enough that I can run on it without needing to jump. So if I am being chased, I can get on it quickly and hopefully not take any damage. Let's go ahead and put storage down. Now the reason I want the storage to be put down is so that if I do die, I don't lose all the stuff that's in my inventory. And I'm just going to go ahead and drop everything in here and then organize from there. Water, food. I'm going to start making some sticks. Split, split, and split. Now, why am I splitting that? Is when I start the fire, I want to be careful of how much. I think 8, 10. About 10 logs. I don't want to do more than 10 logs in the fire at any given time unless I really need it for some reason. That way I don't waste all my wood. And I'm going to make 2 fire starting kits so that if I kind of play it differently. I'll light up the fire. I'll light up the fire, but I won't leave it running continuously, especially when I'm first starting out, until I have a really good amount of logs at my disposal so I can keep it running continuously. So I'll put it out after I've cooked my food and made my water. Did I get any? Oh, I did. I need to make a canteen. Of course, I need more cord. Remember how I said how fiber is really important, and I keep saying that when I'm on the forums? Yeah, guys, fiber is really, really important. And this chicken is not going to do much for me, but it'll give me some protein, and it'll give me a little bit of hunger replaced. I'm going to go ahead and drink the water real quick. Refill. And then go ahead and boil it right away. And I'll make those... few of those sticks into arrows right away as well. Now I keep putting stuff back into my inventory. This is just in case I die, because if you die, you'll lose a percentage of all the gear that's on you, and that can hurt. Ooh. Oh, the deer's teasing me, guys. Look at that. The deer is teasing me. That would be nice if we had flint in the game. Come on, stop moving. Cold Game says it is possible with a head hit to take out a deer. Oh, I got it in the neck. And unfortunately, they do not bleed out. Let's keep following them. Oh, 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 oh. I almost made a mistake. I put my chicken on the fire and ran away from it. No, 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 no. Now, normally I would say go for a rabbit, go for chicken. That's your best thing. But because the deer is passive... Oh, went just over its head. I know, I was going for a headshot. I should have just gone for a body shot. Oh, nice, a bandage. That's good too. Now, I'm trying to run in that same direction. There's my arrow. So at least I didn't waste the arrow. But I am wasting time. All right, one more hit and he should go down. Having some antlers in the box will actually be a good thing to begin with. Oh, I think that one went through the fence too. Oh, no, it's stuck in the fence. I am not having good luck today. But you'll see I'm constantly getting my arrow back, so that's a good thing. Oh, come on, stop running. The deer are easy to spook. I probably shouldn't be running, but it's a time factor now. The sun's about to set. There we go. And I actually got a deer on day one. Now, I like to save that match until I get to the point that I don't have a fire starting kit. All right. I got a liver from that. Now, normally I'd save that for making antidote, which is very important, but I need to eat it. I really need to eat it. Now, if I was talking to a new player, I would say avoid the deer, avoid the wolves, avoid the bears. Go for the chickens and the rabbits. Couple reasons. The chicken provides feathers, which you need to make arrows. And in my opinion, the arrow is the better hunting weapon, especially at this stage of the game. And the rabbits give you cloth. Cloth you need to be able to make bandages, first aid kits, clothing, keep yourself warm, and help protect yourself from damage. That's all really important stuff. Let's drop everything in. Seeds don't do me any good, but it doesn't hurt me to pick them up and store them. Now the fat here, once I have an actual stove made, I can render the fat into biofuel, which is needed for medical supplies, making adrenaline boost kit, so it's not something that I actually use. There's a lot of recipes that use it, or you can use it to actually fuel a generator to provide power. Now, when you're a new player, you saw me actually do it. I put a chicken on the Barbie and I ran away from it. That is probably the biggest noob mistake ever, and we all have done it. Now, I'm sitting here talking about doing that, and I just ran away from my liver. I know the timers. I know I can get back in time to get it. Be careful. Don't take that chance, because if you burn the food, it could be your only way to survive. But that liver is going to do me really good. There we go. Now, I only have... Yes, I'm going to make a fishing pole. I wanted to make the bow first. Once I have the bow, I've got some food and some supplies set aside. The very next thing I want to make, at least for the way I'm playing it, is the fishing pole, but I need more cordage. So I need to get some more fiber for cordage. I do have the scrap metal I need, which is good. I got lucky and got that. And I'll need some more sticks. Let's go ahead and make a few more. Now at night, I would craft, especially in the beginning, craft, fish. If you have wood close to you that you can get to, I'd go in and get it. Now, I don't want you guys to not be able to see. Actually, I don't want to show any commands. I normally would change the gamma if I'm recording, okay? But I don't want to teach new players how to cheat, so I'm not going to do that. All right, Pickish Prince, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you later. This is for you. Enjoy. So I am going to take out the glow stick and actually use a glow stick tonight. Let's go ahead and add some more wood to the fire so I don't have to waste a fire starting kit. Yes, I normally do not use adrenaline kits though, almost never. Now, another reason to stay near the lake, have your house next to it, is I can go down and look for kelp. Now that's sandstone. I'll worry about getting sandstone later, but I want to grab kelp because kelp is used in for medical purposes, and you can eat it. So it can provide fruits and vegetables, which is what I'm critically low on right now. Oh, there's no one? Now there's no breath bar. So I would go down 15, 20 seconds, maybe 30 at the most, and then come right back up. And always check where your base is. Never get too far out. Always know where your base is. And when you're going back to shore, go right back to your base. Oops. Getting hit by the cold. Now I will be taking a little bit of damage until I can make clothing for myself. So let's get back to the fire and warm up. Ooh, there's a box over there. Let's get warm for a second. Now watch my health. If you'd seen that, my health just restored. The game's much harder now because you can't make health kits as easily as we used to be able to. But if you have a campfire and you can put it down, you can heal yourself the damage that you take just by sitting next to a fire and getting warm. You'll heal over time. So this is what I went out and grabbed. I grabbed some kelp. It's going to give me 9 fruits and vegetables, 3 hunger, and -1 hydration. There are other uses for it, but right now I'm eating it because I am hurting for fruits and vegetables. Now I have an apple here. That apple is my last straw. That's like something, if I absolutely have to do it, I'm going to eat that apple. Just like the match. If I can do it with something else that I can make or I can loot, that's what I'm going to do it with. Now, I know what I'm doing. I would normally be out either gathering wood or collecting supplies. If you're new to the game, at night is not the time to leave the safety of your fire. Stay near your foundation. Stay near the fire, because if you do get aggroed, you need to be able to get quickly back to your base. Let me see if I can find a wolf, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you've never seen what a wolf does after they aggro you. See if I can find a wolf. Here, woofy, 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 woofy. That's a rabbit. Okay, now the wolf's gone and not around. Of course. There we go. Here's a wolf. So watch what happens. The wolf's going to notice me. He's going to give me the first growl, the second growl. Now he's running after me. He's trying to eat me. Now, I can keep running. He'll eventually stop chasing me. He'll get tired. But if I'm close enough to my base, he'll turn and leave me alone. That's why I say you want to know where your base is. You don't want to get so far away from your base. Yeah, that's actually a good point, Tiny. I'm sitting here right here on the beach, and I've got a fire going. I should definitely be filling my water container, and I'll just sit in the water and just keep doing this. Hold on a second. I still don't have... See, and cordage. Remember how I was saying how important I think fiber is? I can't even make a canteen right now. And I definitely want multiple canteens. And if you can get enough cordage to get 4, 5 canteens, spend all night while if you don't have anything else you can do, like fishing or something, and just keep your water clean. Make as many canteens as you can, and just keep the water clean. I'd say 4 or 5 canteens is probably a good way to get set up. And I did mean to drink that. It wasn't a mistake. Run away. See you. And yes, that was stupid. I almost got a hit, and that would have sucked. But it would have been funny. I know he has mentioned that there is going to be some type of weather system. When or what it is, I don't know. We have cold already and we have heat, but the heat doesn't affect you adversely. It doesn't help you either, but the cold will. So that's all we have for now. But he has mentioned that there's going to be some type of weather system coming into the game. Now, I do want to show you what to do with a wolf. I've been telling you to stay away from the wolves. What are you going to do if you do face a wolf? If you're a wolf between you and your house, and you've reached the point that I'm at, first duck down. Take a shot at the wolf, switch to your 9mm, and slowly put a few rounds in its face. Okay? It's not the best option. All right? But if you have to, that's how you want to do it. I always start with an arrow and finish up with a 9mm. And you'll see that the payoff for wolf right here, yeah, a water or a rain catch system would be awesome, is I got a steak and a liver. That's all the protein I'm going to need for the entire day, which means I can spend my time going for fruits and vegetables, which can be a killer almost. I don't think I've ever starved to death without having them. The cool thing is a cooked liver and a cooked steak actually give you some fruits and vegetables. So if you gorge yourself on protein, you'll have to worry about water will become an issue, but you can survive for the fruits and vegetables. Hey, let me ask you guys a question. How's the stream running? Is it clear? Is it laggy? Or is there any kind of buffering going on? I like to check. I mean, I haven't streamed in months. If my normal viewers know that, so. So if the first day was 101, taking on that wolf is definitely a 102 maneuver. So don't do that until you're ready for it. But the worst thing you can do with that is panic. Don't panic. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate that. Sweet. Yeah, it took me about a year to figure out good settings for streaming. Now, remember I said I don't like to waste fire starting kits. I also don't want to waste this wood. I have a fire starting kit. I have a match. and I still have biofuel to make more. So I'm going to go ahead and extinguish my fire. I don't need it right now. I'm going to eat a liver, and I'm going to carry that piece of meat with me. That piece of meat will last me 20 minutes. So basically, when the sun is about right up there, I need to eat that or it's going to spoil on me. All right, I'm on the hunt for fiber. Fiber is probably the biggest thing I want right now. I'm not going to waste my arrow. If I hit that rabbit now, I'll have to waste time going back and cooking and all that. I'm going to leave the rabbit. I'd rather get a rabbit later in the day. My thing is I want to show you guys fishing, because everything else I've shown you is all important. But if you're not fishing, if you're not getting the supplies that you need, you can't make first aid kits. And when you do make a mistake, and trust me, we all make mistakes. Watch my hardcore video today. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't have a first aid kit, you will die. Now, if I see another deer, I'm probably going to leave it alone. I used 3 arrows on that deer, and though it was fun, and I'm glad to get a deer on day 1, it wasn't really worth the arrows to me. The antlers are nice, but I don't need glue at this point right here. I do think Cold Games needs to do that too. So give us some way to dry or jerky our meat. Okay, I just said on a live stream for the entire world to hear that I wanted Cold Games to jerky my meat. Okay, now let's move on. Fiber, yes, we're talking fiber. That's what we're supposed to be talking about. Fiber and fishing poles. Great, now I'm trying to make a rod. The puns will never end. I swear, the puns will never end. Now, if you guys do want to watch something really funny, I did a spoiler alert stream when Cold Games did the fishing update. And Cold Games was actually in there watching me. And I used a little cheat and it was a testing world. As soon as the stream was over, I deleted the save, okay? And I used a little cheat that I know to upgrade the fishing pole, because for testing purpose, I wanted to see, could you do it? And if you could, what it would... Thank you, Tiny. I will get more wood. I'm going to spend my morning getting fiber, and I'll spend the afternoon getting wood. But you are right. I need to get wood, but I want to do it at the grub trees. So I think I'll probably head toward them, and as I pass them, there's 3 behind me. I'm going to go up to the one that's over here, and then I'll work my way back. But I went ahead and I upgraded my fishing pole, right? And Cold Games is in the stream, and I'm running around, and he told me, hey, don't show people how to cheat, which I didn't. I just did it myself. And then I went ahead and I had 4 or 5 grubs in my inventory, and just on the off chance, I hit R. And it was so funny because I cocked my rod live on stream. And I literally stopped and said, oh my God, I just cocked my rod. It was hilarious. Just hilarious. Now there's my first bear. Be very careful with the bears. The bears are nasty. I hate bears. Ask any of my viewers, they'll tell you I hate bears. So I'm going to give him a wide berth. Now, they can be easy to avoid. I want to show you what bears do. And then I'm going to tell you something else. But right now, let me show you what this bear will do. He'll stand up. If you are far enough away and he does that, he's not going to do anything. He'll just sit there. Now, that bear is actually stuck there right now. There's a little bug in the game that's kind of an animal meeting area. And as their AI makes them kind of walk around the area, they'll all kind of gather and they'll just kind of get stuck in this area right here. So be careful when you're running around here, because if you run into that area, the animals won't attack you when you're just when you're like where I'm at, unless you fire on them or you get too close to them. If you get too close to them, they will come and eat you. But it's hilarious. Ooh, blueberries. Eat. Thank you. I needed that. It's grub time. Now, once again, I'm going to keep looking around my area just to make sure I'm not going to get walked on. No, if you upgrade the pickaxe or upgrade the axe, that doesn't do anything. You can do it, it's just not going to do you any good. See, Cold Games has teased me with another deer. I'm not going to do it. Now, one thing I do want to say, if there is an animal down here, let's say I hit this tree, right? And I'm like, oh, let me go over here and let me see what's going on. If I'm right here and I hear an animal alert, meaning a bear growls, a wolf alerts, or something like that, don't walk to the edge. Step away, back up quickly, and move. The animals sometimes can come almost straight up an incline. If there's like a little cliff, rock face, they can sometimes work up that rock face, and they will scare the living bejesus out of you and possibly kill you. So make sure you're thinking about that. And if let's say I was running along this rock and all of a sudden I heard a growl. Now, it could be over here, or it could be on the other side of this rock. I'm going to assume it's on the other side of this rock. I'm just going to back up and try a different direction. When you're learning how to play this game, that is the very best thing that you can do. Is growl, stop, move, pick a different direction, and move quickly. Now, this is an ore node. If you want to get ores now, you can. It's going to take a lot longer, and you're going to get a lot less for it using your axe. It's better to use a pickaxe, but we'll make one later. At this stage in the game, unless you have a pickaxe, I'd skip the ores. You need to concentrate more on food, fuel for your fire, and water. Another wolf. We'll keep moving this way. Fiber. All right, let's go ahead and make some cordage. Too bad you couldn't eat the fiber. I mean, if fiber does a body good, right? So why can't I eat fiber? Yeah. Now, I am playing on easy and I don't have a BCU down, so there's no cougars. But definitely avoid the cougars. All right, you think the wolves and the bears are bad? Cougars are nasty. So if you hear something purr or go like, meow, run. Just pick a direction and hope it's the right one and run. Now, you can catch rabbits without using a bow or any weapons, but it's a matter of luck. They have to bounce off a tree or bounce off a rock and then cross your path and you can grab them. Doesn't happen too often. Oh, I can't get to that one. Another wolf. Yeah. Meow. So we've talked about rods. We've talked about jerking beef, and now I'm going meow. And Tiny's purring. Oh boy, it's never gonna end. Now my stamina is really starting to go down. I'm gonna go ahead and eat that piece of meat. I'm about halfway down on my health, or my my protein, so that's good. But I'm still really hurting for fruits and vegetables. And that's going to be a problem until I can actually make a planter. Let me down the road. Now, a couple things about planters. If you get enough supplies to make a planter, you have to make the BCU first. Then I'll show it to you. When you can make a planter, it takes water and ash. Now, water and ash make the plants grow faster. They don't make the plants grow. The plants can grow extremely slowly without using any fertilizer or water. But they go really slow. It grows a little bit faster if you only use one, and it grows much better if you use both. So it depends on what you're growing and how fast you need it, how you're going to use your supplies. Ooh, blueberry. I need that. I need that bad. Let's make a little bit more cordage. We're just about to the point where I can make a fishing rod. If I can get to the right menu. There we go. Now I'll be able to make a fishing rod. Now I'm happy. Now I need more cordage so I can make another canteen. Did I mention how important fiber is in the beginning of the game? I am not giving cougars belly rubs in this game. No thank you. Now, I have been dared to take the final hit on a cougar using an axe. So it is possible. It's just not fun. Especially if you mess it up, the cougar has you for lunch. Now, it's late in the day. Where's my, about noon. I am going to go ahead and get me a rabbit. Aim for the ears, just right at the ears. Oh, I was a little off to the right. And of course, there's another one even closer to me that I missed. There's my arrow. There we go. Now, I'm going to see if this one's actually dead. Thanks, Soul Patch. Or Soul Punch. Sorry, Soul Patch. This one's actually dead. If he had 5 hit points, he was always going to end up with 5 hit points. No. Don't run. Sweet. Okay, now this one's alive. If I wanted to raise that in that chicken or that rabbit in a chicken coop, I could. Don't do it. It's a waste of resources. They don't give anything worthwhile, in my opinion, to make keeping a rabbit unless you want a pet. The rabbits are really cute. Their noses, the little noses kind of move around. It's really cool. But beyond that, they're not so useful. I'm going to check and see. Now, I know I'm not paying attention to chat too much. I'm sorry, guys, but this game, if you're not concentrating on what you're doing, it'll get you killed too quick. Maybe tonight I'll try to look back at chat and see what's going on. Or I'm looting stuff. You're right. Stir fry, thank you so much. You see this, guys, right here? See this plant right here? This is fiber, okay? This plant, this is your holy grail. Always, always loot fiber. Thanks, Stir Fry. I appreciate you reminding me that. Haha, too funny. Ooh, another rabbit. I could get... How many arrows do I have? I have 3 arrows. I'm going to save those 3 arrows until I can make some more. I think I'd rather go for some chicken. Let's get some more wood. And I'll hit the 4 grub trees on the way home. Then we'll cook some rabbit and we'll try to get some fishing done. Now, one thing I would like to see Cole Games add is fishing times. Meaning, if you fish early in the morning or right around sunset, because in real life, that's when fish bite more often. If you're fishing in the middle of the day, you're not going to get. It's going to take longer to get a bite. That'd be kind of cool if you upgraded the fishing system, or what I've always said, add fishing traps. That way I can make a fishing trap and then leave it out, run around, come back, and have a fish or 2 ready to cook, waiting for me back at home. That'd be really nice. Yep. This tree right here. These monster trees right here, these are the grub trees. It would make adding the fish something that you can either spend time on, meaning using a fishing pole, or spend resources on, and you might not get as big a return back that you would with a fishing pole, but you're not using the time sitting there trying to fish. So it's a trade-off. Then you get to choose what's more important to you, time or resources. At night, I'd sit there and fish with a fishing rod if I don't have anything else to do. But during the day, I'd rather be able to put a fish trap out, and I'll use the resources to do that to fish. You'd also have to give up some food because you have to bait the trap. So that's another resource sink that you'll have to manage. Oh, a boomerang. That would be kind of cool. I mean, I don't think this is Australia, but whatever floats your boat, mate. I know, horrible Australian accent. Fortunately, I don't do parties, but I do bar mitzvahs. Yes. And if you don't get back to the fish trap within, let's say the fish gets caught in the morning, there's a timer, and if you don't make it back in time, the fish dies. If you don't get back soon enough, and I'm talking like within 24 hours in the game, and if you don't get back after that, it can go bed. I don't know if we need a headlamp. It would be nice, but I would say you could do, instead of soap on a rope, glow stick on a rope. Now I'm going to have a meal fit for a king, or fit for a subsistence guy in his underwear. Well, I do have pants on. Eventually, I'll have some real clothing on. All right, put everything. I like to drop everything in and then take out what I need, like I said before. Eat all 3 blueberries. That's good for me. That, and that. Fishing rod. Grubs. Ooh, that's gonna, the cost on the cordage on making the fishing tackle is gonna hurt. That's going to hurt. That's an idea too. I want to eat a chicken, eat a rabbit, get completely filled up. You'll see this rabbit gives me 2 fruits and vegetables. That's nice. Now I'm going to save my fishing until later. I'm just going to go ahead and get everything ready. I'm gonna go ahead and put my rod away. I don't want to lose chance losing my rod, because I'd be sad if I lost my rod. Let's go get some more wood, and let's get some more fiber, or in this case, blueberries. We'll get this tree over here, that tree over there, and there's a third one. This is another reason I like this area. There's a lot of grub trees right in the area too. And to get them carbs, huh? Now we're coming up to the end of our second day, and you know, not only have I not died, I haven't even gotten hit, because I'm being very aware of where the animals are, and I'm moving away from them. Ooh, look at that! Look at fiber. All right, get some wood, and then I'll go get fiber. Seeing all that fiber is getting me wood. I'm going to see if I can sneak that one past everybody. Welcome to everybody watching. Oh, we're up to 22. It's not the best stream I ever had, but it's pretty close. My videos get a lot more action than my streams do. If I get a BCU down, I will definitely show you how to take out a cougar using nothing but a bow. And I won't cheat doing it either. I've had a cougar kill on day 2 in a co-op world. One day to make the bow, and the second day to go kill a cougar. But really, it's not worth it. It's such a waste of arrows, unless you're just trying to show off or something. But I would never show off in Subsistence. Never. I already hit that tree. Now, either, you know, and then once again, I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm going for wood, and I'm going for fiber. As I'm getting this, hitting this tree, I'm looking around to see if I see fiber in the distance. Might as well use my time. You know, I'm stuck there beating the tree. If I see fiber in the distance, I can go for it quickly. Yes, Tiny, we all know you like it when I take my hatchet and go after the hunters. Tiny once dared me to go after a hunter group. My hunters, regular base hunters, full armor and everything. Well, no, I don't think they had helmets on yet. with my hatchet. Very, very interesting. Yes, Robert likes me. Oh, there we go. Protein bar. I'm not going to eat the protein bar. I am going to keep the protein bar because I need the protein bar in case I run out of food. So I think it looks like this. The basics. Worry about food, water, shelter, fire. There's all these, there's like the nodes. I'm seeing the nodes. I could go after, wolves or, do other stuff, but I don't need it. All I need right now is food, fruits and vegetables, and fiber. Once I get this tree, I'm going to head home and we're going to spend some time in the lake getting kelp because I can live off the kelp for fruits and for my fruits and vegetables until I can make a planter. And remember, I still have that apple. Worst case scenario, I eat the apple. Well, I know that Cold Games mentioned Stir Fry that he will at some point add additional avatars, meaning we'll have a female Toon possibly. And he also mentioned that there might be something in the future down the road, a way to customize. Ooh, nice. I missed that I had gotten that high up on. Now I'm doing good. Doing very good, actually. Water is my next problem. That he was going to be offering at some point the ability to modify your avatar, which is nice. Oh, and if you guys didn't know, press V and you can see yourself. But it's really not the best way to play. You really can't do much in there. But if you are... let me show you this. All right, I can't see that wolf, right? If you're running around the map and you're worried about running into stuff, I can't see that wolf. I press V, I can see the wolf now. Okay? Here, I can't see him. He's behind the... So that can be a good way to run around the map if you're not trying to actually do anything and look for loot boxes. You can look for fiber this way. And then if you want to loot, you just hit V again and you get back in the way to actually get stuff. It's also a good way to look for the deer, because the deer spook so easy. This gives you a over the back of your head view, and you can see things a little bit better, sometimes a little easier. Let's run around in this for a little bit, and then hopefully you guys will see stuff as I would normally notice it. Over time I've learned how to do it. And actually I pretty much cleared this area. Oh, there's scrap metal. Now watch, I'm going to try to pick up the scrap metal doing this, and you'll see I just missed it. You can't do anything in here. You have to hit V to get out of it. But it can be a good way of looking out for beasties that are going to give you a problem. So how many arrows? I have 4 arrows. Once again, I'm going to wait till he stops moving, and I'm going to aim right for his ears. Bingo, bango, we got ourselves another rabbit. Yes, 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 squeal all you want. And that is probably the worst sound in Subsistence. A squealing rabbit. All right, we're coming back. The sun's low. I've got about, I'd say a good five minutes. And I was going to go kelp diving, but I don't need to. I've got several blueberries. I still have an apple. I got another blueberry. And my fruits and vegetable bar is doing pretty good. My main concern right now is water. And the reason like I said before, remember I said I like the beach because the stuff that spawns in is really easy to see. It's here for the taking. There's not so many bushes that's hiding either predators or loot stuff that the beach is a really good place to live at. How much fiber do I have? Cordage. Now, one thing I do want to caution you. you'll see me, I keep using all my cordage all my fiber to make cordage. One thing you want to make sure is you always have at least 2 to 4 fiber left in your box. So that if you get back home and oh darn, I don't have a fire starting kit, at least have the fiber in your box to be able to make it. And it takes, if I remember correctly, it's 2 fiber, 2 sticks, and 1 biofuel. I'll always keep biofuel. I'll always have a few sticks. And now I have enough fibers so I can make a fire starting kit if I need it. Once I use a fire starting kit, I make the next one and I leave it in the fire. So my fire can always be lit when I get home. So I can eat, I can make water, whatever I might need to do. Alright, that. 1, 2 canteens. Now I'm starting to feel it. Now things are starting to come together for me. Starting to feel comfortable, which if anybody watches my content means that more likely I'm about to die. Can I make a shirt? 2 cordage. Cancel that 1 canteen. I actually want to make a white t-shirt. 2 canteens. I'll live with 2 canteens. That's what I normally run around with in my normal playthrough. Fill with water. Do not drink the dirty water. Okay? I know I mentioned it before. I'm going to mention it again. Do not drink the dirty water. Stick, fiber, and fire starting kit. 1. I'm out of sticks. Split, and split. Now there's a faster way to do that. I hold shift and I do a right mouse button click and I can count it, or I can put it all into here and just count out the 10 or 11 that I need to fill up my my fire. Let's go and get this lit before the sun goes down on me. Night. And I'll make a fire starting kit to leave in there and let's cook. All right, fishing 101. Oh, as soon as my rabbit gets done, I'm going to wait till my rabbit gets done, because I'll be sitting here teaching you guys how to fish, and I'll let the rabbit burn, because I'll forget. Trust me. I do it all the time. So, when you're fishing, you have to have a fishing rod on your bar, and you have to have tackle in your inventory. All right, prerequisites to actually fishing. Let's see, what do I've got? Let's go ahead. Oh, I'm short on cordage. Once again, I need to get more fiber. Because the next thing I want to do is make a wall. Because I do want to get a BCU up tomorrow. So that'll be our trick for tomorrow, is actually getting a BCU put up. And water. Perfect. Okay. So go ahead and equip your fishing pole. You do right mouse button and that cocks your pole. I know, it's horrible. And then you do a left mouse button and it casts it out. Now, right mouse button reels, the left mouse button strikes. So when a fish pulls the bobber underneath the water, you want to hit left mouse button. If you've gotten tired of waiting or you've caught the fish, you can bring it all the way back here, hit R, and you do not lose the tackle. I cooked my water. Thank you, Tiny. I'll drink some before the end of the night, but you're right. I need to make sure my water's completely full before I start off tomorrow. Now, if I were to hit the strike button, the left mouse button right now, I'd lose the tackle. Okay? So I want to wait till this fish. Come on. Come on. You'll see the bobber will go underneath the water, and that's a strike, and that's when you want to hit the left mouse button. He plays with his rod every little bit when you're waiting. It's kind of annoying. He can't keep his hands off his rod. Come on, fish. Man, I wish I could speed this up. Come on, fish. Now you see why I say it's either a time sink. We need to make it either a time sink or a resource sink. Do you want to spend the time to fish, or would you rather spend the resources to make a fish trap? Thank you, Stir Fry. I'm not the only one that saw that. Come on, come on. And no, that doesn't help the fish bite, me doing that. All right. Too long. Now, casting the rod out further doesn't make it easier to catch fish either. I don't believe that there is a... Oh, did I cast it too far? Oh, okay, good. I don't think that there is a modifier where if it's further away from you or you're not moving and you're quiet, that you have a better chance of catching fish. I don't think that's in there. I think it's just, it takes a certain amount of time and then you get your fish. And because I'm live streaming, it's taking about twice as long as it normally should for me. Now, once you're fully set up, once you have your world going, you have rogue hunters, you have hunters, I get more of my medical supply needs from rogue hunters and regular hunters than I do from the fish. But fishing is a really good way to get food, though, in the beginning. Shame on me. Boom, there we go. Fish hook, drill it in. That's a little fish, too. Land the fish. All right, so this is the smaller of the fish. I can cook it the way it is, and it'll give me 8 protein, 1 vegetable, 1 hunger. I can actually eat it the way it is, if I remember correctly. And it's quick to cook. The bigger fish takes longer. You can fillet it. I can eat it as it is. I can cook it, and I'll get a better return on it, or I can harvest oil. For right now, because I already have a rabbit in my inventory, I'm going to harvest oil. The oil, the fish oil, lets you make your medical tonic, which again lets you make health kits. And the medical tonic's also important for basic antidote. Eating bad food, raw chicken, raw rabbit. I said bad food. We don't have bad food anymore. We don't have rotten food. Drinking dirty water, getting hit by wolf, bear, or cougar, they can all make you sick. So you want to be careful about that. Let's go ahead and put that away. I got my first fish oil. Yay! Let's see if I can get lucky and get a salmon. If I get a salmon, when you right click on the salmon, that's the bigger fish, you can fillet it. You'll get 2 salmon steaks that you can cook, and you'll get fish oil on top. And it's I think it's between 2 and 3 fish oil. Strike. I think it's another small one. Yep, another small one. Oil. And this is my last tackle. And then I'm done playing with my rod for the night. I will have used up my tackle. Come on, give me a salmon. Give me a salmon. Don't think a salmon's gonna happen, guys. But I'm staying warm. I'm not wasting any of my my bars. Things aren't moving very quickly. Dude, stop touching your rod. Sheesh. My avatar. I'm live streaming. You can't do that on a live stream. Oh, there we go. I did get a salmon. Nice. Okay. So now this one, you can eat it raw, which I would never do. Okay, it's a complete waste. All right. You fillet it. It'll give you 2 raw salmon fillets, which is actually a pretty good food. And I'll give you my protein for the day that I'll carry with me. I'm going to go ahead and eat that rabbit real quick. Switch out my apple and put it away. Let's make some medical tonic. I could actually make a first aid kit, boys and girls. That's gonna be awesome. Oh, I don't have I can't because I don't have any cloth. Remember that rabbit I didn't want to go after? Yeah, now I wish I did so I can actually make a first aid kit. We'll get one in a little bit. There we go. And this is actually a really good food source. 25 protein, 21 hunger, 2 fruits and vegetables, and only -4 hydration. So the salmon is actually a really good food source. Let's go ahead and put my rod away. I don't have any more tackle. If I want to fish anymore, I have to get more cordage and actually craft more tackle. That's kind of... it sucks, but I understand it, though. All right. Let's go ahead and put out the fire. And let's get going. So, it's almost like an old story. It's over and over again. Oh, thanks, sweet. Appreciate that. I'm looking for fiber. I'm looking for food. I need the resources to keep me going through the day. I've got the fruits and the protein, and I have the water that I need for the day. I've got 2 clean canteens, and Tiny's gonna say you should have topped off and cooked water, and Tiny is completely right. Okay, I should have topped off my hydration and then boiled another canteen. So that's a mistake on my part. That's why I said that's why I want to do this live. So you guys can go, oh, Critical, you missed this, because me making the mistake, hopefully you won't make the mistake in the future. But unless I've wanted to be chased, guys, I haven't been harassed by any animals. Okay, I haven't been hit. I mean, I haven't been even close to dying or anything. I'm about to catch a chicken. Come here, chicken. And I'm gonna run back for that fiber too. Come here. Stop running, chicken. There we go. So, if you're new to the game and you're looking in the you're looking in the forum, you see how people they're complaining how often they die and they can't get started, they can't get going. Take it slow. Be careful. Listen to what the game's telling you. If you get too close to a bear, you're going to hear a growl. The bears warn you pretty far off. The wolves, you can miss it, so something you need to consider. True. I could have left a canteen on the fire in case I bite the dust. Remember, one of these canteens is when I die, because it's going to happen at some point. One of these canteens is gone, and then 9 mil's gone. So I really do need to craft a 9 mil soon. And once again, I need more cordage. Remember how I mentioned how fiber is so important? Now you see why I keep talking fiber. You know, I should change the on the thumbnail. It's not a beginner's guide to subsistence. I should have named it a beginner's guide to farming or harvesting fiber, because that's exactly what you do early game. And I will tell you this, you never stop. Once you've learned where fiber is and the best ways to loot it on the run and keep moving, you will constantly keep looting fiber. And I saw the bear, just so you know. Yes, in this game, fiber is the spice of life. Actually, Colt Games could have named the game, named it Fiber, And it would be an appropriate name for the game. Because everything takes cordage, and that only comes from fiber unless you get lucky and you loot it. Oh, hey, we've got a convention starting here. Remember I told you that spot where the animals like to meet up and plan their revenges? And oh, I got another bandage. Nice. Now I have a wolf, a level 1 wolf, and a level 1 bear sitting down there. I'm not going to mess with them. Whoa! Okay. There's a perfect example of you went around a corner, you might not be paying attention to what you're doing, and the bear gives you a warning. Back off, move around, still grab your fiber that you were going after, but that's how you avoid getting eaten by bears. Perfect example. And don't beat your wood if it's already done. You're just wasting your time. It's a waste of energy beating empty wood. Well, I actually did get the deer earlier today. I saw another one, but as I said, I don't want to waste the arrows on it. My God. Let's go ahead and make cordage. Now, another thing. Now, this is something I got originally from Cage848. I watch him when he's playing 7 Days to Die. And it's his is ABC, always be crafting. So if you have the raw materials on you to make planks, make ammo, make cordage, make it while you're running around, because you don't have to stand still to actually craft. Don't waste your time, getting everything set up and then wait till you go back. Okay, I don't know where he is. I'm going to back up the way that I came. I'm going to turn and I'm going to run. I have no clue where that bear was. Oh, see him coming over the rock? Right there? He was on the other side of that rock and he started coming up over it. That is exactly what you do. I was running forward. I was talking to you guys, not paying attention. I got a, hey target, how you doing? I got a growl, I backed up and moved away. That's how you avoid getting killed in Subsistence, especially in the early game. Now, everything I'm showing you guys, it's a little easier because I'm on easy right now, but everything I'm showing you is exactly the way it is when it is on normal and hardcore. It's just the animals aggro sooner, the resources are more scarce, and you start with less. I'm trying to think what else. And depending on what difficulty you're playing on, you can have cougars to begin with. Oh, I almost forgot. I got that chicken. Now, more than likely, that piece of chicken might go bad, but I'm okay if it does, because I wanted the feather more than I wanted the chicken. I already have some food down here. That's probably going to go bad. It's okay. No biggie. What part of the day? Early. All right, I'll keep running. When the sun is on high noon, I'm going to go ahead and eat one of my fillets. Filet o salmon. Yes, that's probably what he was going to do. Now, that right there, that almost became my tombstone in my episode today. Really, really funny. At least I thought it was funny. Now, you'll notice the first day, I didn't go very far. I stayed near my base camp, and I kind of looted the area around there. And the second day, I went a little bit further, foraging for resources. And now I'm almost on the far side of the map from where my base is. All right. Now, there's no marker because I haven't put down a BCU. I know the map. I know that my base is just that way. I just have to go that way. I'll reach the big lake, and that's where my base is. So make sure that you've learned the area where you need to go to get back home, and then forage further and further for your resources. But until you have the ammo that you need to take on the animals, you have the time in the day to actually go out and look for stuff, stay closer to your base until you're more comfortable. How many? I've got 4. I never like to go below 3 arrows in the beginning if I can help it. Oh, yes. But I needed that cloth. I'm going to turn you into a first aid kit. Thank you very much. Yeah, the poor rabbits in this game. The poor rabbits in this game, they are either first aid kits or bandages. That's all I see when I see a rabbit. Usually I don't care about their meat. I think that fiber just despawned on me. Yes, it did. I see the bear. I'm going to get moving. But yeah, that fiber despawned on me. And that can happen. You can be running at this fiber, just about to grab it, and then it can go poof. Another good thing to bring up for you guys. If you are running around and you're looking for resources and you can't seem to find anything, it's like it's driving you crazy. You've been around and around, you're not seeing anything. Stop. Turn around. Go back the way you came. I'd say 7 out of 10 times, you're going to start seeing stuff spawning behind you. I don't think there's a code in the game that actually says spawn stuff behind the player to piss them off. But if there isn't a code in the game, it feels like there probably should be. Because I swear it happens all the time. Okay, I'm not sure where he was at. Oh, I pulled you off of the meeting spot, huh? No problem. As you can see, he's just walking. As long as I keep my distance, I'm fine. I think the biggest problem new players have is they're doing something that, like, they have their inventory open, they're trying to loot something. I was filling a canteen earlier when that bear, or when that wolf started to aggro on me when I was standing next to my foundation. That's, I think, what gets new players killed the most. Duck down, looting, and just as the loot window comes up, they get a growl. They get flustered. They're like, I can't move. Why can't I move? Why can't I move? I can't shoot. I can't do it. They're dead. Hit escape, guys. Just hit escape and it closes the window down. I have personally done that so many times it's not funny. Escape is your friend. If you have a window open and you're trying to move around, you can't, hit escape and you can close it instantly. Oh, back off. I'm going to guess he was down below me on over here. We can check that real quick. Though I could have been completely wrong. He was probably on the other side of the rock then. That's okay. I see fiber. I'm gonna try. I don't try this for. Oh, you can see I got a shirt on down too. I feel so special. Now, I made a shirt for some damage protection, for some warmth. Honestly, guys, I've actually, especially if it's an easy and I'm playing, just for like giggles and, you know, poo, I'm at work or something, I will tear up my pants and I won't make a shirt. I'd rather save all that cloth for first aid kits and bandages. But if I was still having a major problem with my fruits and vegetables, and I had to do a lot of swimming at night to get kelp, the shirt actually is nice to have because that should give me enough warmth, I believe, to make it so I don't take damage while I'm out there trying to get kelp. So it's a trade-off. Do I want more warmth and some damage protection? Very minor damage protection, but damage protection. Or do I want first aid kits and bandages? What do you want to trade for? Okay, so off to my left, you see fiber. And off to my right, you'll see fiber. I just heard a growl. Okay. There's also fiber right there, too. So always be looking for animals, and then always be looking for fiber. And just past this, there's a medical plant too. And I guess I've trained my eyes to see this stuff. It'll come with time. Don't expect it the first day that you're going to be seeing all the fiber that's on the map. Oh, jump. That was close. I was not paying attention and I was only thinking about fiber. So, like I said, I know where my base is. I'm close enough to it. The animal aggros, just keep running. Bye-bye. He was already slowing down anyway, so it worked out. Oh, that stuff didn't go bad. Ignite. Going to cook that up. Drink, drink. Now, your fire can't burn you, so just something to know. So don't worry about walking over the top of it or anything like that. It's not that intuitive. 6. Sweet. I did get a good load of fiber today. I am so happy. I'm making first aid kits. Medical tonic. I finally have a first aid kit. I have the power. Not a lot of power, but it is power. Cool. Canteen. I think I'll make one more canteen. I want to save some fiber. Let's get organized. I'm gonna eat that now because if I don't, it's going to spoil pretty soon, so I don't want it to go to waste. Did it overfill me? Yeah, but at least I didn't waste it completely. Got 2 apples, so I'm doing pretty good. I'll leave some fiber behind to make fire starting kits, but I have 3 of them right now, so I'm doing pretty good. Nails, feathers. Want to be making more arrows. So now I'm starting to get my stride, okay? I have some food. All my bars are completely filled up. I have a fireplace that I can maintain my my fire at. I don't have to waste all the wood. I can turn more wood into planks because I'm stopping my fire and using fire kits to keep it going. I don't want to put it out until I've cooked this canteen now. And I think I'm going to go ahead and make a wall. And we're going to make a BCU. And we're going to get that... Oh, almost. All right. Now, I would normally say, if I was telling a new player, strictly speaking, just to that new player, don't make a BCU until you have at least 4 walls and a roof. In all honesty, it's not worth it to have to deal with hunters to rush and get that BCU down. Even if you're trying to get let's say you see a locked crate. You're sitting right here and you look over, oh, locked crate. Let me get my BCU down so that I can go get that locked crate because it's going to have all this good stuff that I really need and want. No, you don't need it. Wait. Get more supplies. Have a good foundation, pun intended, of a place to live, food available. Now, this wolf's a problem, right? Aggro him. Jump back on. How? Hey! I'm on my stuff. Get away from me. Stupid wolf. Alright, well, I guess I'm starting my fire now. You guys were waiting for me to die. It almost happened. That wolf should not have done that. Now, remember I was saying I needed to get 4 walls and a doorway up? There's a good reason why right there. Tiny's like, he's gonna die, he's gonna die. Darn it, critical. I didn't die. It was pretty close though. And I'm not wasting that first aid kit. I just made that damn thing. Bad puppy, that's the truth. Alright, that's enough of that. Sometimes crafting can take way too long for me, and I get impatient. Yeah, I know. I didn't understand why. I think because I went off into the water, and then when I came back up, I was standing on the box right here, and they can aggro you when you're on this. They can't aggro you when you're on this. I think when I first got up on my base, I was kind of either... I was probably on the fire still. I step up when I'm on the fire. I think I might have been standing on the fire, and that's why the wolf did it. So be aware of that. Standing on your fire is not good for your health. I would think that'd be obvious, but maybe not. Ooh. I need a couple logs. We need to go get wood. It's wood getting time. Let's head for the big trees. So it looks like I'm not going to be able to put a BCU up until tomorrow. And I am going to wait till the morning. Because if I put the BCU... Let's say I made a BCU right now. If I understand how the game's coding works, at midnight, my first hunters could spawn in. Now, more than likely, they're not going to spawn in that first day. It takes a few days to spawn in. But if it was going to happen, I'd rather have an extra day before the game goes, oh... Player has a BCU. We need to add hunters at X point in time. Yes. The bears will hit you over. You have to be careful. And like I said, I probably need to get a second foundation up. But since it's not a playthrough, I'm probably going to keep playing. I'm trying to get the bare basics. The bare necessities. And yes, that song actually did come into my head. Oh. Alright, so the wolf aggroed, but he's only sniffing. If I duck down, I'm safer. Oh, I just got another bandage. That's nice. So anybody in the chat have a particular question on the game that I can possibly answer? Something you always wanted to know that more than likely I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'll make it sound really good and make myself look really intelligent when I answer? You stay over there, Wolf. This is my tree. You go find your own wood. Oh, okay. See, he's starting to walk toward me. I didn't get my grub, but I backed off that tree. I got really lucky when that wolf did hit me. I didn't get poisoned or diseased. If I had gotten diseased, life would get extremely hard. You know what? This is for new players, right? I should show that. What do you have to do? So the first thing I need to do is I need to kill a wolf. I need to get a liver. Oh, I don't have medical tonic either. I'll have to fish for some more medical tonic too. I think that's going to have to wait. I'll have to do more fishing, and I only got one grub on me, or 2 grubs. Plus I have 3 back at the house. It could work. So what would happen though? You should always have a basic antidote available to you. Once you're about at this stage in the game, get to 3 medical tonics, go out and collect 5 kelp, and you want to get a liver. The liver can be raw, cooked, or burnt. It doesn't have to be raw to make an antidote. Make an antidote and keep it on your person. When you get disease, you lose half of your stamina, and I believe your health is cut in half as well. It won't kill you, it just weakens you. And the only way to get rid of it is to take an antidote. You'd rather have the antidote ready than get diseased and then have to start attacking wolves and or bears trying to get a liver. Now, you guys noticed I'm on easy, and I think because of that, both times I've dealt with larger animals like that, I've gotten a liver. So it worked out pretty good. But I want to show you a good place to get kelp. The big lake. Any body of water you can find kelp. The big lake, it seems to be spread out more. And these little ponds, it's a really good place to get kelp. But you have to be careful in these little ponds. Yes, it's a tighter area. It's easier to find the resource, but it's also easier for a predator to come along the water's edge. And if they're out here and they growl and they come in the water, they will swim down. They will attack you under the water. And when you're under the water, you can't equip a weapon. You have to come to the surface to equip a weapon. So you can't hide from the predators under the water. Well, you're drowned anyways, and you're still going to die. But just be aware of that. You move slower than they do. They move through the water just as fast as they move if they're on land. Anybody else have any newbie tips they'd like to pass on? I'm almost out of newbie tips. And I mean like truly newbie tips. Things that you'd want to worry about the first day or two. Up to about the first week. Once you have a full base, you have a BCU down, the game really changes. You've opened yourself up for a lot more pain with hunters, but you have access to a lot better equipment and gear that the BCU allows you to craft. True, a pick. Let me get the kelp I need real quick. There we go. In that small amount of time in that little pond, I was able to get all the kelp that I needed. Now, I'm coming to the edge. I'm being very careful. I'm listening for a predator just in case there's one around before I come all the way to the edge. Because the closer you get to them on the edge, as the closer you get, the better chance you have of them charging you. So if you hear them from a further distance, you can back off in the water and attempt to swim to the other side and get out instead of coming up right up, face to face with a wolf. That would really suck. I'll go over. Actually, I'll probably make a pick when I get back home. A pick is necessary for mining ores. And I find a deer. How many? I've got 13 arrows. Now I want to hit you in the head, Mr. Deer. Take your head back up. I got it in the chest. Darn it. I really want to find out if a head hit on a deer from a level 0 bow will kill it. But it's so hard to judge that drop. Oh, yes! It wasn't a full hit, but that was definitely a head hit. You heard an additional crunch, and then the game went boom. Kind of like the game congratulated you for your awesome hunting skills. And I got a liver. It was all luck. It was all a guess. All right, sun's going down. I probably should have gotten home. To be all honest, if I was a new player, I probably wanted to be home already and start my fire. I am going. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I am going to let my fire sit for a minute. I'm ready to light it. I have everything that I need to light my fire. Hey baby, light my fire. But I am going to wait. I want to see if the clothing I've made is enough to keep me warm. I think it's an important question to ask for, answer for new players. All right, I need another wall. No, let's make my BCU. Oh, I need another foundation. I need to make one more plank. I want to make another foundation. Ooh, it's getting dark. And I'm scared of the dark. Thank you very much. Oh, and if I forgot, any way that I forgot something, I have to say this. Guys, don't skip fiber. You need fiber, okay? And you knew it was coming. You knew I was about to say it, but I had to say, don't skip fiber. All right, so it's 7 degrees out here in the dry. Let's go ahead. I'm going to put a wall here. And then my second foundation, I'm going to push my base out this way. Now, let's say I wanted to, I don't like that fire sitting there. If I hit, for me, it's the tilde key, okay? But I think for the normal, it is the end key, if I remember correctly, will allow it so that I can move an item. I don't have to destroy it, I can actually move it. All right, if I do want to destroy it, I hit delete, and you'll get half the resources back, but it's a slower timer, and you can stop at any time and not delete the item that you're about to delete. All right, it's 4 degrees Celsius, 3 degrees Celsius. So what does all that mean? When I go into my inventory, I have cold tolerance of 1 degree. So once it's below 1 degree, I'll start taking damage. If I take my shirt off, it's 2 degrees. So earlier when I was out here swimming around trying to find stuff, it had gotten down to 2 degrees and I was taking damage. And when I got away from my fire, I was taking damage. I don't think that would do it. I think I'd have to make a pair of boots to not take damage in this area, swimming out in the lake. But enough of that. I have a liver to cook and I don't want to waste it. Look at that. I have 4 antlers already. And what do you do with antlers? Well, you make adhesive. Not yet. It's not worth it. Don't do it right now. But it's something that collecting the antlers and storing them. Do not destroy them. Do not lose them. It'll be nice to have in the future. Trust me. All right, split half. Eat my blueberries. Let's drink water. And yes, Tiny, I am going to make sure that I'm fully hydrated before I head back out today. Because Honey's going to tell me, make sure. I'm like, yes, yes. You know, while we're just sitting here, I'm not going to fish today. It gets really boring if I keep doing that. We're going to put the BCU up, okay? And we'll show you what happens when you put a BCU up. Now, the BCU, you can't move. You can delete the BCU, but you can't move the BCU. All right, something to know. So, base is online. Now, our base is generating mass and power. While I'm below 500 power, it's generating 0.33 of power. When I'm below 100 mass, it's generating 0.07 mass per second. And that is a lockpick for opening a lock crate. Which I don't need to do yet. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it. There's nothing that I need to worry with that. Let me show what you can do in a BCU. Why you want to make one. But I want to make sure you completely understand. I didn't need to do that right now. I could have gone the next week in the game. In my hardcore playthrough, I think it was my hardcore playthrough. I did I want to say it was almost a month in the game. I had a complete base built. And I mean, everything I could possibly do without a BCU was completely done. And I had storage chest of saved equipment and stuff just waiting for me to use. And then I finally made my BCU. So, BCU, you can make a base light, which is actually kind of nice, but when you have a fire, You don't waste your resources on that right away. I would hold off. Floodlights, which gives you a floodlight, a mounted floodlight, or a switch. Okay, you don't need the switch, but the switch is nice. So you have to turn on each one individually. You can turn all the floodlights on at the same time, but it doesn't affect your base lights. The wood-burning stove. The wood-burning stove is a nice item because you can render fat to make biofuel. You still cook on it just like you do on the regular fire. And no matter what anybody tells you, a wood-burning stove burns wood at the same rate and produces ash and cooks at the same rate as a fireplace does. The one thing that the wood-burning stove can't do as well as a fire does, the fireplace gives you better light. The wood-burning stove kind of contains that light in a little bit more. A refinery is for processing your ores. You'll need to do that, especially if you want to keep making lockpicks. A bed is a place to respawn at, but you have to buy spawns. You'll make a bed, you'll get your initial spawn for free, and then after that, I believe it's 400 power for every spawn. A generator obviously generates power. The plant bed. If there's anything that I would suggest is the first thing that you make once you have a base command unit is a plant bed. Hope that you find a tomato seed. Plant that first tomato. You don't have to add water. If you're living on the lake, there's no reason. You just use dirty water. Take one canteen, stand in the water, add water, and just keep refilling the canteen and just keep doing it. And yeah, you can. You can turn off the hunters, but that's kind of cheating in my opinion. I don't know, just me. And you'll grow that first tomato. One tomato seed gives you 2 tomatoes. You can, until I have a full bed of tomatoes, I will extract seeds from all the tomatoes until I have 8. I grow that first set. I once again extract seeds from 8 of those tomatoes, and I have 8 tomatoes to eat. Just keep repeating that, and you'll have more seeds than you'll know not more seeds than you know what to do with, but eventually you could be there. But you'll always have a ready source of fruits and vegetables. Very important. Power storage. If you want to craft some of the bigger items, you'll need additional power. And you get that by producing it with either solar power or with a generator, but you have to store it in something. And each one of these gives you an extra 500 power. Mass storage. Once again, you need mass to craft bigger and better items. And you have to store that mass. Each mass storage unit will give you 100 mass of extra storage. To make mass, you either use the recycler, where you drop stuff into it. Eggs is a perfect example of a good item. Or if you really have a lot of it, biofuel is a very good item to recycle, as long as you have a lot of it available to you. The mass fabricator uses power. It is very power hungry, though, to make mass. Not worth it, in my opinion. The second most important thing to make in a base command unit is a workbench. The workbench gives you another tree of craftable items that you're going to need. Okay? Once you're set on that, you have your power going good, you can make a fridge. The fridge will store meat indefinitely as long as it has power. It's also very power hungry, but you can upgrade it to reduce the amount of power it takes. And I suggest that before you make a fridge, that you have a good amount of sinew that you get from cougars. And we're going to go see a cougar here in a minute. I'll always show you where they're at. And metal ingots that you have to craft in the workbench. You want to have a good, say 6 or 7, and you have to make some rope as well for the fridge. You want to have that stuff on hand so that you can upgrade the fridge as soon as you're ready to turn it on. Animal housing. Animal housing is not as important to the game in the very beginning. The greatest thing about animal housing is it gives you manure once you've upgraded it for free range, and you put the manure tray in there, and then it can give you eggs as the chickens grow up. Once a chicken reaches the maximum level that the coop allows you, either 3 or 10, they stop making eggs. So it's kind of a give and take. I just grow no more than 1 or 2 chickens at any given time. That way the food's easy to manage. Once again, those tomatoes come in perfect and dirty water. And you're getting those premium feathers. Premium feathers let you make premium arrows, which do, I think, almost 2.5 times the damage of a regular arrow, but don't quote me on that. A wellhead. If you want to make berry water, that's mixing blueberries and water, which gives you much more hydration and a much better water source. It's very costly, but you can do a wellhead. Takes power, though. If you're living on the water and you don't need berry water, you don't need a wellhead. Just make a full box of nothing but canteens, and you spend 1 night every 5 days just cooking water. That's all you need to worry about. Solar panels. Very important for generating free power. It's slow. Do not upgrade them. Just my personal opinion. Make extra ones. The amount of resources and power that you put into upgrading, I think you get a better return from just making additional solar panels than upgrading those solar panels. Once again, just my opinion though. Yes, more than definitely. If you put 4 chickens into a single coop, they're going to use so much more food and water so much more quickly because they're confined. They're all eating the same food and the same water. Now, the raw numbers, you're right. Okay, if you put 2 coops and 2 chickens in each, yeah, you could do that. But when you put 4 chickens and they're all drinking the same water and they're all eating the same food, when you're going out and about to gather resources and fight and do whatever you're doing in subsistence, you'll have to come back more often to feed your chickens or they'll die. Because if you don't feed them and you don't water them, they will eventually die. And it's kind of funny when they die because they go thunk. There's like a thunk noise happens and they just kind of fall over dead. It's hilarious when it happens. Hammer. Needed for doing repairs and upgrading your walls. Of course, a lockpick that we have to open up specialty containers, and a sofa or an armchair. They look nice, but they're completely useless at this point in the game, in my opinion. But they look nice. You can't sit on them, you can't lay on them or anything. All right, my resources are good. I don't have any protein on me. That was a mistake, but I wanted to show you guys the BCU, and we spent a lot of time on the BCU today. So I'm going to take protein bars with me. I want to show you guys can find some cougars at. Now, do I think we can run into any hunters today? Because I put the BCU down before it was midnight, I do think that we would have at least 1 rogue spawn on the map is possible right now. If not today, almost for sure tomorrow, we would see a rogue camp spawn in. But I got to show you guys what happens when you die. All right? So I'm going to, if you've never seen it before, I remember when Cole Games initially added the cougars in, and the very first time I saw Game Edge die to a cougar, oh my god, it is one of the coolest things. It was, in this game, it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. Alright, the animation of a cougar killing you is just priceless. Now, I'm gonna guess that there's, on easy mode, there's probably only 1 or 2 cougars on the map at any given time. We're gonna go long. Hope you guys can hang out. We're gonna go long a little bit. I'm gonna find a cougar, because I gotta show you what happens when you die. And if I don't see a cougar, I'll let a bear kill me, I guess. Or I could go jump off the rock. It wasn't like I haven't done that already once today. If you could sit down, yeah. The one thing I wish Cole Games would allow is allow you to be able to sit down in the sofa or the armchair and regen health faster than if you're sitting next to a fire, maybe. I think that would be a good use for, a reason. Why do I want to make an armchair? So if I've got hurt and I'm sitting at the house, I can sit. Oh! Do you hear that? Hear that growling? That's a cougar. That is a level 1 cougar right there. Mountain lion, puma. That's what we're talking about. Come here, kitty, 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 kitty. Oh, that's such a pretty kitty. Come here, pretty kitty. Yes. He likes to play with his toys. Now, is that flipping cool? He broke my neck, and he's going to carry me around. And then he's going to drop me and walk on, and, you know, I was his plaything. Now, you'll notice he's now level 2. He has more health, and he's level 2. Which means the next time I face this pretty kitty, he's going to be a lot harder. Now, you see there's a little box on the ground. Okay? In easy mode, I can hit reload. Like if you're reloading your weapon, I can hit R, and I'll revert back to my save right before I died. Or I can press fire to respawn. I'm gonna respawn. Because I don't have a bed, he's teabagging me. Ha, funny. Because I don't have a bed, I spawned randomly on the map. Now, I know exactly where I am on the map because I know the map. But fortunately, I don't have a weapon on me now. Fortunately, my base is right in front of me. Okay? Now, look up to the left. I'm going to look up right up there, right in front of me on that tree. There's a skull. That's where my box is. Now, if I step away, see how it's harder to see? If you can't see your skull and you're like, I died, I know there's supposed to be a skull. They tell me there's a skull, but I don't see the skull. How do I find my skull? Walk up to a tree and walk around it until... Oh, there's my skull. Because it's a darker surface, you can find it a little bit easier. So I have 5 minutes of in-game time. No, take that back. You have 5 real-time minutes to get back to your box before your box disappears. Now, that's in normal. In hardcore, there is no box, and the game's over if you don't have a bed. In easy mode, I think it's 10 minutes that you have to get your box back. But I'm going to show you guys another trick that you're going to need to know. Okay? That cougar's pretty close to my body. Okay? He might be close enough that he might be a problem for me getting my stuff back. You can lead an animal away. Much easier to do with bears and wolves than with a cougar. Okay? I have a good chance of dying again. I'm not going to loot too much on the way there, but I always try to loot 1 or 2 bags on my way, hoping to get a blueberry or an apple, or even a protein bar, something to nourish me. Because you'll see, I don't come back with full bars, and my stamina bar is very low. And I don't want to be running from a cougar when my bar is that low. More likely it's going to kill me. So what you can do is it's kind of like soft aggro the animal. With a wolf, it's the part where the wolf's sniffing the air, and then he gives you that second little growl, and he starts walking towards you. Walk away from your gear. Lead the animal away and go in a large circle, being careful not to aggro other animals when you're doing this, and you're leading them away from the area that you want to go back to. So if your circle is large enough, they'll drop off, they'll stop walking towards you and give you enough time to get your gear. Now it looks like he's going to be kind enough and he's up there on that bush. Oh, here she comes back. He, she, whatever. It's an it because it killed me. Can I get close enough? Nope. It's definitely going to see me if I get any closer. Now my timer's running. How am I going to... See how she drops down? That's the problem with a cougar. The cougar's going to drop down when it aggros. It's not going to start walking at you. When the cougar starts walking, it's going to start running at you, unfortunately. Come on, girl. Leave my gear. All right. Now it's walking at me. It's not running, it's walking. I'm going to keep walking back in a straight line. I want this cougar to come down to this bottom of this rock right here. Now I'm going to go in a wide circle around this rock. I'm going to use the rock to help. I can hear her in the left side of my headphones. That tells me that she's still on my left. Oh, that's not good. I've got a wolf now, too. That really blows. But, see how the cougar's down there? I'm going to take a chance that that wolf isn't going to aggro on me, and I'm going to run. Get a little closer. She'll duck down. She kind of... Now she's walking toward me. That second growl. There we go. Perfect. Yes, Tiny. I probably should put a bandage on the bar, but let's be honest. If it's a cougar, it's not going to matter. So, what happened? I lost that initial 9 mil. I also lost the original canteen that I spawned with, but I spawned with another one because this is easy. On normal, you don't spawn with that canteen back. And I don't think there's a penalty for death in easy right now. I lost all my bandages though, because I had multiple bandages. So there was a penalty. You're supposed to lose 33.33% of all your stock, all the stuff in your inventory. But it might have been changed. I'll have to ask Cole Games what the new numbers are. Oh, I'll have to go do some testing. But that's what happens when you die. Now, if I didn't want to lose anything, this is easy. Just hit R. Thank you guys for reminding me about that. And hit R, and you can go ahead and just reload the game, and you'll go back to the last autosave, and you won't lose any gear that way. And if you want to go after the cougar again because you think, I'm sure I can take him this time, I just made a really stupid mistake and I want to try again, it gives you that opportunity to do so. All right, guys, one last chance to ask me anything you can think of on Subsistence. All right, I'm going to walk home. When I get back to the base, I'm going to end the stream. All right, I appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with me. All your new people, hopefully, if I haven't helped you, you guys can find what you're looking for on the forums. See, now I'm up to 25 people. Now, as soon as I say, okay, guys, I'm about to end the stream, people are like, hey, oh, here's something that new people might be wondering. What is this? This looks so weird. What could this be? Does it mean something? I have no flipping clue. Cole Games won't tell me, and I honestly think it's just a graphical glitch. But I remember that I found that and went, ooh, is this some secret message in the game? What does it mean? Is that a lockbox spawn? You know, there's all these little different conspiracy theories I was coming up with. As far as I know, it means absolutely freaking nothing. X-Files. Yes. The truth is out there, but Cole Games won't tell us. No, honestly, I think it's just it's a graphical meeting point of the world. I don't know. I'm also not a game developer, so I can't even... Oh, can I catch a rabbit on camera on foot? Come here, rabbit. If he bounces off that tree... Oh, he bounced the other way. Come here, rabbit. And there's nothing he can bounce on. It's a waste running after a rabbit unless... Like, if I saw a rabbit right here, and I can push him around toward that rock and then run right at him, if I get lucky and he bounces in front of me, I might get a chance to catch him, but... Thanks. Appreciate you guys hanging out. All right, guys and gals. Well, my time's up. I've been critical. This has been Subsistence on a different kind of episode. Something that I don't do very often. A live stream trying to teach new players how to play the game. I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. If you have, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.